see, sometimes when God asks us to do something, when God comes down at Willamette, He speaks to us and He says, give that man $5. Give that man a ride. Oh, come on, somebody. Give that man a ride, even though he stinks, even though he's dirty. Even though he's not as we think he ought to be. Even though $5 is all you got in your wallet. And Willamette, the Lord said, give that man $5. Give it to him. Sometimes when the Lord brings stuff to us like that, He asks us to do things, He wants to see just how obedient we are. He wants to know what we're going to do with what He's asked. He wants to know what we're going to do when He comes to us and says, look, I said do this. Because if we can't be obedient in the small things, then we can't be obedient in the great things. And if God asks us to live a certain way, there's no way we're going to live a certain way if we can't obey Him in other things. If He said live separate and holy, come out from among the world and be you separate, you can't do what He asked you to do if you can't give that man $5 because it's the same difference. God come down and He asked you, hey look, this is how you got to live. This is how you got to walk. And if you can't do that, then you can't do the other. So when God comes down, Brother Johnny, and He asks you to do something, He wants to see just how far you're going to go. You see this little woman? She could have baked her and her son just a little bit bigger cake. She could have added that little bit of meal that she gave to Elijah and made it a little bit bigger, and she could have might have lived another day. But God said give him a little cake first. She gave him the little cake, Brother David. And the Bible said that as long as the famine was there, her and her son was to stand. So she baked him a little cake, and she could have made herself a little bit bigger cake had she not done it. But when she baked him a little bit of cake and gave it to him, she got endless cake, Sister Willamette, until that famine was gone and the food began to grow back and the water began to come back in the wells. While everybody else around her is perishing with hunger, while everybody else around her is dying from the famine, she's in there baking cakes and giving her son to eat and giving her son to drink. Everybody else is dropping like flies, but oh, she's still living on. She's still doing good because she obeyed God and what He asked her to do. You want to know how to make it? You got to obey God when He asks you to do something. The Bible said in the last days, perilous times was going to come. If we ever have lived in perilous times, we live in them now. Perilous times is hard times. Perilous times is bad times. Brother Eddie, you can't go to Walmart and buy for a family of two. I know, me and my wife, just me and her, by ourselves. If we go in Walmart and spend $200, we can make it 3 or 4 days out of meat. Walmart's not the place to buy your groceries. They're expensive. So, if I can't afford to go in Walmart, if I can't afford to go in the grocery store, if I can't afford to buy the food that I need to survive, where am I going to get it from? If this country was to go into depression tomorrow and mine and your dollar was no good, it's no more good, really. You can work all the hours you want to at Shell and make all the money that there is to make, but it ain't no good. The economy has failed and it's gone. You can walk in Walmart with $10 million and you can't buy nothing. You can't even buy a pack of grapes. Where are you going to get your food from then? You see, back then, they were used to trusting in God. Back in the old days, it was that way, so all they had was to trust in God. But in our age, it's not that way. We And we don't even have to have no money. We can go in there and buy while all the other people that can't get food stamps. I ain't gonna go there. Come on. Come on, bro. No, I ain't gonna say it. Come on. Come on. You can't get food stamps, Brother David. You ain't the right color. It don't do you no good to go down there.
That's right.
They tell us not to discriminate. They tell us not to say nothing about it. But yet, you go down there, what are you doing here? You can get out and go to work. What's wrong with him getting out and go to work? He's the same as me. He's an able-bodied man. Whether he's yellow, green, orange, black, white, don't make no difference. Huh? But if you pull up in the parking lot with a blacked out windows, 20s on it, and when you stop, they're still spinning like you're going down the road. They already turned him out, ain't well, mate. Here he comes. He needs his. I'm just preaching to you the truth. I'm preaching to you where we're at. I'm not discriminating against nobody. I got some great friends of mine that are black guys. I love them to death. Not discriminating against them. I'm just preaching to you exactly where we are. They'll tell us, oh, you can't go down there and get no food stamps. You ain't getting get on out of here.
You make too much money.
You see? I mean, you know. Brother Eddie, you have 6 or 7 children. Man, you work down there, Shell, you're a pipe fitter, you make way too much money. But some people can have 10, 12 youngins, and they just as able to get out and do anything else than anybody else is able to do. But they'll give it to them. And some of them work right down there beside you, Brother Eddie, and they got it.
That's the truth. You are speaking the truth.
They tell us, don't you discriminate, don't you say nothing, but they're discriminating against us and we don't even realize it. Amen. This country is in bad shape. The only reason, I'm just going to say it to you like it is, the only reason that hypocrite, devil, Satan, that got elected again this year,